How do I look?
You look lovely.
Do we have both cameras going?
Yeah. So welcome to Pro vs. Am, the podcast. What are you doing?
Taking a selfie?
Why do you always take goofy photos? So I have no agenda for this other than the fact that I wanted to talk about Supercross.
Are we filming?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be formal.
No, of course not.
Also, I was thinking if you want, you can use this. I want to post this on YouTube, but you can use this for the Academy. The Moto Academy.
Oh, yep.
That'd be kind of cool.
Perfect.
Pro vs. Am, the podcast.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's good, right?
I like it.
Anyway, we are in beautiful Vermont. Gosh darn. Okay, so
hello, everybody from the Moto Academy.
you're talking to this camera.
Oh, sorry.
I'm talking to that camera.
So that one's not aimed at me over there?
No, it's aimed at me. This one's aimed at you.
Okay. Hello.
Does that make sense? Actually, I want to make...
Oh,
I should
good.
probably...
There we go. I can see myself now.
Hang on. It's a little...
Your boom is in the way.
I see that now. One moment.
Freaking Pro versus Am, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. I don't know. Want to talk about Supercross?
Let's talk about Supercross.
It's all over, dude.
It went really fast.
We kind of expected that, didn't we?
It went
really fast. Like, when I kind of thought, like, because we did so much, is obviously what made it fast, but I honestly thought it would not go by that fast. I knew it was going to go by fast, but not that fast. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Well, you can understand why guys get... Am I good?
Yeah, you're dialed.
Why guys get a little bit complacent or get in a flow or not get in a flow, and the next thing you know, the season's over. Because as a fan, people are probably always like, why does the season start so unpredictable, and then by the time it's halfway through, you know where everybody's going to finish? Kind of.
Yeah.
Right? That sort of started happening.
I don't know, though. When Roxon swept Indy, dude, I thought he had it in the bag.
Oh, yeah, no. Those guys did keep
and then
switching.
Webb swept something. What did he sweep?
Roxon and Webb rose to the top.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning of the season, you wouldn't have...
No, you had no idea.
You wouldn't have guessed
Could have been
that.
anybody.
But that's what happens when the races start going. It's hard to get out of a rut.
So you know what I actually want to talk about real quick?
Sure.
I want to talk about how this started.
Okay,
so like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Gosh darn. That long ago? Year ago? I messaged you on Instagram, dude.
it would have been just barely over a year ago,
Really?
right? We linked up at Tomahawk in the summer of last year.
Yeah, but I think we talked well before that, like in the winter. It was right after the Pastrana thing, actually. Not right after, but it was in that kind of season.
The straight rhythm thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I messaged you on Instagram. Shot in the dark. Total shot in the dark.
Yep.
I only knew of you because of you were doing a school at Derby, which is the track I grew up racing at. And I used to go to classes with Buddy Antonez there. And I saw AJ Catanzaro, and I was like, oh, that's a new person. And then, it's funny, I knew you. That's how I found you. I didn't find you off YouTube. So
you didn't really know who I was before
no, not
then?
really.
Oh, wow.
Then I learned, and then I was like, oh, well, maybe, filmmaker, dirt bike rider, that'd be cool. Because I've been doing film and other avenues for ever, and I was like, I need to get back into dirt bikes. Sent you an Instagram message, and to my shocking surprise, you responded with your phone number, and then
for anybody that direct messages me, that's what you get back.
So anyway, what happened after that? I was just like, hey, let's make a video. I went down and made you 3 instead of 1, and then
yeah, you sent me...
I don't remember what happened next.
The reason your message got my attention is because you sent a video that you had edited, which, by the way, I get a lot of people. I don't anymore because people know that I have a video guy.
Woohoo.
But before then... Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Before then, I would get a lot of that same type of message. So it was easy to overlook, but then I watched the video and I was like, oh, this is good. And you said you had you said you had the camera that you had. I'm like, okay, well, sweet.
That was later, though. That was when we were on the phone together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't tell you how to red until we were on the phone.
But the video was good, and I was like, all right, this could be sick. And I didn't even really have a vision for the YouTube thing at that point. I mean, I always kind of thought that it could have maybe been a possibility, but I definitely didn't have any direction. And can I just say that you couldn't have messaged a more perfect freaking person for this all to have worked out?
No, I couldn't have. There's no, yeah. No, I don't even know how.
We got lucky on both ends because I, like I just was saying, I didn't have direction yet. How would you have known that I had direction to do what we're doing now?
Nope, no idea.
But it turns out
what are we even doing now?
Of all the racers, though, like I have that creative mind for you and I to be able to bounce ideas off each other constantly. And I can't think of, there's not many other guys out there that are racing that would do that. Because they're just racing.
Nobody. Right, yeah, exactly. Well, I didn't even know what I wanted. So here's what I actually wanted. I just wanted to be able to go. My plan at that time was I want to be able to I want a good rider to have footage of. Like the video I sent you was a C-class rider from Vermont. And I just shot it all in slow-mo because it made him look fast. And he's a good rider. Like, if you're listening to this, Will, I'm not roasting you here. But I was like, I need to, shoot with a pro rider, and then that'll give me some street credit basically to go to companies and work for them, because that's all I've ever known. I've only ever done commercials and documentaries and promo documentaries with companies, never with like people, right? Never like with personalities or whatever. Definitely not the YouTube thing. And then like that was just my whole game plan. I was like, I just need content to be able to like show like, hey, this is what I'm like capable of. And then I just got stuck with you, and now I'm still here.
Yeah, and now think about the possibilities are.
The stuff we're doing is sick. So anyway,
endless.
We did that. We did Tomahawk, and then I think the next thing happened is you came up to Bogey Bros because I was like, I'm doing the video for free, and then at the end I'm like, well, what if you gave my buddies lessons, like Josh and Kip, who are like learning how to ride dirt bikes. They got dirt bikes last year. I was like, how about in return you just give them lessons? And you were like, 100%. You came up to Bogey Bros, and then this was actually a strategic play on my part. I don't think you know this, is because I texted you a couple days before you came up, which was strategic, saying that I wanted to shoot an interview for the video, for the Academy video that we made, because I knew that would get you here. You know what I mean? And I'm right by the airport and all this stuff. And I was like, well, how about you just come to the studio, like, because I have a studio here and we ended up shooting on the track, which is fine. But I was like, that'd be a good trick. And then you got here. I was like, oh yeah, if you ever want to stay, here's the guest room. And you're like, can I stay tonight? I was like, sure. and then after that, I was like, all right, we're gonna do something here. And then we did Bogey Bros. And then I don't even know why you invited me to Supercross, to be honest with you. After that, because it wasn't like we hadn't done anything else. Then we went to Tomahawk. Then we went to Tomahawk, and then I was making my own vlogs, and you just took them, which is fine. Right?
Which ones?
The how to jump 100 feet.
Okay.
Which did super well, like 150K or something like that. And then...
Is that when we filmed the Cowie Yamaha video?
Yeah,
also?
that one too. Yeah. But I feel like there's stuff in between that, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Well, the stuff in between that was me...
Oh, I shot your wedding.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yep.
It was when I shot your wedding.
But also those in between months or weeks was when my YouTube, from I guess my own doing at that point, was gaining a lot of momentum.
You were at what, 35, 40,000?
So it was starting to like kick off a little bit, and that was when you first messaged me. I didn't see too much of a vision for it, but then fast forward, what would that have been? 2 months? Not even. From the first time you messaged me to like when you came to Tomahawk with the guys.
Yeah, probably 2. Oh, no, since we came to Tomahawk with the guys is, probably 3 or 4 months, to be honest with you.
Okay, so in that 3 or 4 month time period is when things started to get momentum with my YouTube, and I started to get enough revenue from it to be like, okay, well, this is actually, the next logical step is to hire a full-time guy. I'm like, well, this is perfect.
Yeah, that worked out.
So then I was like, well, how can I get Cam to Supercross?
Well, so I'll never forget this. I went to my brother's wedding. This is when we were still concerned about COVID. Mm-hmm. I went to my brother's wedding with Kip and Jack, 2 buddies of mine. We were all in the wedding, and well, Jack wasn't. But anyway, we went to my brother's wedding, And I didn't want to like spread it to my parents or whatever. And like this was a wedding, like, you know, there were 150 people from all different states, and it was like the heat of COVID. And I was like, well, we should probably play it smart. So we came back, and the three of us just like lived in our basement for a week. So we like lived in our basement for a week, got tested at the end, all that stuff, which was a super fun week, by the way, because we were just hanging out in the basement. There's lots to do down there. Anyway, but it was down there, and you just called me one day, and you're like, hey, I think we can do Supercross this year.
Oh, you guys were all in the basement when I presented that?
Yeah, you called me and woke me up one morning because it was like 10 o'clock and I was still asleep because we were just hanging out, freaking playing Xbox till 1 a.m. down there. And then, you were just like, you literally woke me up and was like, hey, I think we can do Supercross. I think, you know, because that's when the Black Rifle deal happened.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too.
Well, that's what made it possible, I thought, for me to go. I thought that was supposed to give you the budget to make it work for Supercross.
Maybe that's what made me think I was going to have the budget. Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, and I'm just running you dry now. So,
dude, there's been so many things that have happened.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. And then
it feels like a lifetime ago that I was sitting here filming that Academy video on your track.
Yeah, you were all Lulu'd out. You didn't want to sit on my dirt bike stand because you had Lulu shorts on. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. I was like, this dude. And then I took you to Chipotle after, and you're like, where the heck are we going? Because it's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, for everybody listening, if it's...
oh, my gosh. If it's more than 3 minutes.
Cameron goes, if it's more than 3 minutes, AJ will not let us go.
Dude, Supercross, we'll get to that. But one of the things in Supercross, bro, I live in Vermont, right? Everything's 30 minutes away, which I love. 30 minutes is not a far drive, all right? Yeah, hour round trip, whatever. It doesn't matter. I went to Starbucks every day before we had one in our town, and it was 20 minutes one way. I'd go after school and then go to work. Didn't matter to me.
Man.
That's just a different way of lifestyle, but you've always lived where things are really close. And it's like during Supercross, dude, if something was more than 3 minutes away, we weren't getting it. We would, oh my gosh, it would freaking piss me off. Like we would sit and for an hour to try to find a place that's close rather than just going 20 minutes away to a place that was there and good. Oh my gosh, whatever.
Oops.
Yeah, okay. We'll learn for next year maybe. Anyway. Yeah, then we do Supercross. Good grief, dude. It's like, it's kind of weird.
Escalated quickly.
It really did escalate quickly because we went like, I almost, this sounds weird, but I almost hardly even knew you before Supercross started.
Yeah, you didn't really.
And you were just like, oh yeah, I'm going to have this dude stay in all of my hotel rooms while I'm racing dirt bikes.
Yeah, that's normal for my life. I've had so many strangers just kind of like hanging around.
That's not normal for my life.
But you quickly learn who somebody is when we're with each other all of the time. What you guys see on camera in the YouTube videos is like less than 1%.
Yeah, but
that camera is almost never out if you think about it in the big picture.
No, never. Even at Supercross during the day. Because it's like, I remember at the start of Supercross, I was shooting so much, and then the editing was so hard. And by the end of the season, I figured out, I'm like, I only need to turn the camera on a few times to get everything we need and have it still be good. But yeah, no, I mean, Supercross, even the days of Supercross, like at the actual races, we're just sitting around most of the day. It was surprising to me. I thought we were going to be like cranking the whole time, but it's like you kind of just relax and you're just there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm talking to people the whole time.
Yeah, you're not relaxing. I was relaxing.
But yeah, it's well, you figure you have 8-minute free practice, 2 10-minute time practices, so that's 28 minutes of riding. You have a heat. I had a heat race, which is 8 minutes, and an LCQ, which is 6 minutes. So what is that? 28 plus 14. I don't know what that is.
Not much.
38, 42.
42.
44 maybe? I don't know. It's less than 45 minutes of riding. And
did you graduate high school?
In an entire day. Well, I went to public high school up through freshman year. So I finished 9th grade. And then I was what, 14 turning 15 maybe? How old would I have been? I was 14 or 15. And it was right at the point where like being pro was right there. Like 5 months away. And I convinced my parents, which wasn't that difficult, by the way. My parents, I pretty much could tell them or ask them anything and they would say yes. I researched a homeschool place that was fully accredited so that I would get not just my GED, and I would get my diploma as well. Found it, presented the idea to them, and they said yes. And then starting sophomore year, I was homeschooled. And then by the time my grade finished sophomore year, I graduated. So I think I want to say I was 14 when I graduated high school. I might have just turned 15.
Dang. That was my dream.
But
Didn't do it.
In my eyes, I mean, this is different for everybody. In my eyes, oh, hey.
It's funny because it sounded good in the headphones, but it probably didn't sound good in the phone video I'm getting right now.
In my eyes, I always did extremely well in school, and it was really, really easy for me. And I wasn't gaining a whole lot from the social aspect because I was getting that from motocross anyways, more so from motocross. If anything, a lot of the social aspect from high school was negative, the negative stuff that you'd want to kind of avoid. But I guess it was good that I was exposed to it and got to see it as well. And
gosh, I hated high school.
I just busted my high school stuff out so quick. Before my grade graduated or finished their sophomore year, I was done. And my parents wouldn't allow that to happen if I wasn't doing well in high school.
Sure.
And it shows. I mean, I get tongue-tied all the time. I talk like a dummy sometimes, but I'm overall fairly smart and smart enough. Like, I think up to 9th grade was all I needed to learn. Anything beyond that was all the freaking calculus, all the stuff that, like, what the heck are you going to use that for?
Stuff you'll never use. I think, like, yeah, judging by your life, I think you're probably dialed. Like, I was the unfortunate type who had to at least finish high school. But dude,
How many people were in your graduating class?
I think like 400.
Oh, that would have been more fun.
Really?
I only had like an 80, maybe 90.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it got boring quick. Like, everybody knew everybody. There wasn't a whole lot of back in the day, like, everybody had their girlfriends. There wasn't like random girls that were like mysterious. Like 400 people, that's a lot. Like 400 people, you might not know everybody's name.
I definitely didn't know everybody.
That would have been a little bit more exciting.
I still have stress dreams about high school though. So I did really well in high school too. I don't know what my GPA was, but I think it was like a 3.75 or something like that. It was good. Like, I did well in high school, but gosh, I hated school.
Why?
It was just the worst. I hated it. I was like, how on earth are these people making me work all day and not pay me? Literally, this is what I was thinking in high school. I was like, how can they get away with making me work for nothing? And then and by that time, I decided in 8th grade that I was going to be a filmmaker and I was going to go to film school, which I didn't do. But I decided in 8th grade that's what I was going to do with my life. So as a freshman, I started taking film classes in high school, and those were fun. I loved those. Those were the only classes that I really cared about, to be honest with you. And then beginning of junior year of high school, I was working full-time for a production company. So what the frick did I care about high school? Anyway, I still have, dude, I have dreams all the time still where I have one more final before I can graduate. And I wake up panicking because I don't think I'm going to graduate high school because I just wanted to be out of there so bad. And then I realized I graduated 4 years ago.
Wow, that was the worst, having to do work for no reason. Like, knowing that there wasn't really much of a reason. But
no. And like, especially for me, like my last years of high school, because especially my last year when I decided not to go to college, which was a last minute decision, by the way. I would have graduated last week.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have done Supercross. Dude, I have traveled the entire country in the last 4 years filming stuff. And I don't say that to brag. I'm like incredibly thankful for it. But it's like, I would have been locked in a classroom at college for the last 4 years. And I wouldn't have done any of this stuff. Like, literally no Supercross. I probably wouldn't have even filmed a dirt bike yet. Oh my gosh.
What about your social aspect of high school?
Oh, dude, you find people.
Anything exciting? And were you?
No, I really want to hang out with people.
Were you honestly, a cool kid? Were you somewhere in between?
Oh, me?
Were you getting made fun of? Where'd you fall?
So here's what was funny, and anybody from my high school made like disagree with this. So this is what I saw happening.
I was the coolest kid.
No.
They may disagree.
No, absolutely not. But so here's what's interesting is our school had a sports show called EHSBN because it was EHS. That was the school that we went to. And it was like, there's a guy named Jack Whitney that came before me and another guy named Cale Cooper, and they are incredibly talented filmmakers, like unbelievably good. There's actually been a ridiculous amount of good filmmakers that have come out of this high school. Like full-time filmmaker for the Celtics, like came out of my class, not my class, but the same class.
Right.
And I mean, Jack Whitney was shooting for Burton for a long time, and now who knows what he's doing. Cale is just a rock star in his own light, like just all sorts of cool people. One guy has a really cool story. I forget his name. Anyway, a lot of good things have come out of there. But this sports show, if you were like the guy for the sports show, like the filmmaker, director for that sports show, you had some like clout, which I think is hilarious because it was a high school sports show, right? So it was like, I was known as the film kid. I think everybody knew that I was a film kid.
Oh, so were you that guy? Were you the...
I was for probably a year. Maybe. I didn't like EHSBN, to be honest with you, because I didn't like shooting sports. How freaking funny is that? But the sports we were shooting was like soccer and crap that I didn't care about. So,
what grade was that then? So you got the clout in what?
Probably my senior year, junior, senior year. Yeah.
Okay. What about as a freshman and sophomore?
Freshman, I didn't talk to anybody. So I lost all my friends freshman year, actually. So
because they went to different schools?
No, we all went to, so I had a lot of friends in middle school. We were all super tight, all this stuff, and then freshman year came, everybody went the drug route. And I didn't go the alcohol route. I didn't go to like freshman year I started going to parties, but I wouldn't drink.
Yeah,
same. I didn't drink till I was 21. But and I never like pushed that on anybody. I was just like, "Oh, no, I'm good." Like I never like from my perspective, I never looked down on anybody for that, like any of that stuff. But I just stopped getting invited. You know what I mean? To stuff like that. So my freshman year was pretty lame. Like freshman year was my best school year because I just did nothing but school and then like hung out after, you know what I mean? I didn't have like no friends, but I lost like most of my friends that year just because they went a different route than I did. Sophomore year, I don't remember sophomore year at all. But junior, senior year is when a new kind of group formed, you know? Like I became really good friends with Kip. Like,
and Kip was in your school?
Yeah, Kip's a year older than me, so he was in my brother's grade. So he was a year ahead of me. But then after high school, like actually junior, senior year, I found a really good group. Like we were, and it was like, I wasn't like a popular kid, but everybody knew who I was, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a weird hierarchy thing. They just knew who I was, I think. Which is weird because I didn't know anybody, to be honest with you. I hated school. I was miserable every minute I was there. So I didn't talk to people. My goal was to get in and get out as soon as possible. And then especially when I got the full-time job at a production company, I was like, I'm done with this crap. Like, I was out of there. I just hated it. And oh my gosh, I had one teacher, Miss Krug. Shout out to Miss Krug. Oh my gosh. I had an 8 a.m. class with her senior year. I think I showed up on time 3 times the whole year.
Solid.
And she did not care. She just let me do it because she knew it was like a physics class or something. And I was just like, I think I even told her at one point, I'm like, listen, this is not gonna help me ever. And she was like, yep, you're right, it's not. Like literally that's what she said to me. She was a rock star, and she just like let me show up late and didn't care and never marked me. Like it was awesome.
So socially, first couple of years you were
kind of rough.
MIA.
Yeah, but not
last couple of years.
I never like felt like I didn't have friends. Like I just hated high school. So I just wanted to get in and get out as quickly as possible.
But was there any ever like bad situations, like being actually like bullied or anything like that?
Oh, no.
Or was it never that far?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, dude, I wasn't like a loner. I always had friends.
I don't think you have to be a loner to get bullied in high school. Kids are brutal.
Yeah. No, I was just like, I just hated it. So I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to enjoy high school. I just wanted to get out of the freaking place. Like if I could have, dude, I begged my parents since middle school to be homeschooled. Oh my gosh. And that's not me. That's not like a social thing. I just hated school. I was like, I could just do this on my own time, do it quick, and then not waste my entire day every single day. I was like...
It's true. I mean, I think that school is for some people. It's not for everybody. And
it is for some people, I'm sure.
Yeah, because there's some people that need guidance and don't understand what structure is and would be a lost cause without it. And then there's other people that are self-motivated enough and maybe a few years ahead that are just like, okay, well, this is a little bit of a waste of my time. My best friend in high school did the same Penn Foster high school program once he figured out that I did it and how like quick and easy it was to be able to just get it done with and get to working. And he did the same thing. I think he skipped his senior year probably, or maybe he skipped his last two. But I fell into a weird spot, like 7th, 8th, 9th grade. I was most popular kids in your school or any school are probably what the athletes.
Yeah,
that's always probably going to be how it is, right?
Yeah.
So you had a couple good athletes in my grade, and I wish I had a better memory of this because I feel like I was friends with them at one point, and then I was getting too good at all of the sports that they were good at. This was the problem. Is I was equally as good as them in all of the sports, but then I also had the motocross thing. So then they're like, "Oh, this is not cool,
dude." So
like, this guy also freaking rides dirt bikes, and then he's hanging with us in basketball and football and all this other stuff.
Dirt bikes were the biggest hindrance to my popularity.
Really,
dude? People thought it was the dumbest thing ever.
Oh, see, dirt bikes was the reason I was, I think, cool.
That's insane to me.
Yep.
People. I never got bullied, but people would give me crap for the dirt bike thing. Because riding a dirt bike's freaking hard. Really hard. Especially to race, because at the time I was racing. But it looks like a piece of cake. So everyone's like, that's not a real sport. Like, all these people who, like, played sports in high school and played football and played soccer or whatever.
They said the same thing to me, too.
It's just hilarious
I raced at a high level, so I think everybody thought that was cool. And then the athletes were the ones that were, like, really trying to, like, be like, oh, well, that's not a sport. But then when I was good at the actual sports, that's when it became a problem.
Yeah.
So then I formed a couple arch nemesis, and to this day,
they're probably jealous as heck now, aren't they?
I mean, I don't know what they're up to now. I hope they're doing well.
Yeah.
But there was a set of twins, the old Flipchick brothers, and they were good at they were decent at basketball. I remember them being definitely a little bit of ball hogs, but they were well-rounded athletes. Like they were like myself. There were John Clark. There was a couple kids in our grade that were really good at pretty much all. And Dom, my good buddy Dom, turned into one of those people too, where every sport we were pretty good at. And we would go and play football because our high school was too small. We didn't have a football team, but we would play football at recess in middle school, and then we would play football after school in like my friend's front yard, which was a football freaking field. Like, really? I swear to God, it was a football field. It was the perfect size for to have a pickup football game, and we played tackle.
Nice.
Or it might not have been tackle, but it was tackle. Like, it was two-hand touch, but tackling was definitely allowed. So every day, I would ride my bike to school.
Nice.
And
thug.
Like, I didn't have high school days, right? So this is
right.
I'm referring back to 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
And even I think about freshman high school, I don't think I had my license yet.
We all rode longboards to school in middle school, actually.
Oh, really?
That was our thing. Anyway.
And I lived pretty far from school, and I would just ride my bike to school, and then after school, I'd ride my bike to Adam Hunt's house. Shout out Adam Hunt. And oh no, it was actually in front of Mike Berube dad's house, and Adam Hunt, the Flipchick brothers, Justin Cahill, John Clark, all of us, Dom, I think, would go. I hope some of these guys are listening to this. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
And we would have pickup games of football that were supposed to be touch football, and they were always tackle, and every single day there was a brawl. Can you picture for a second, in a front yard,
a bunch of middle schoolers
getting in fistfights every day? There was a big fight, and I don't ever remember there being a parent involved.
That's awesome.
There was never, ever any parents. I don't know if there was parents that lived inside that house. I don't know where they were. I don't know where everybody else's parents were, but we would go there, play some hardcore football, and every day somebody would get in a fight.
That's hilarious.
It was epic.
That's the best.
And then eventually that turned into the arch rival of me versus the Flipchick brothers. The only fight I've ever gotten into was with both of them at the same time. And then I just kind of went away, you know, like at that point I was 16 and I traveled
yeah. Travel the world.
So I don't know what a lot of the people from my town are up to. I lived in a really small town, but at the same time the school systems were extremely good, I think. And I'm pretty sure like there was a lot of smart kids in my town that likely did probably halfway decent. But then you had the other half, that the kids that will never leave the town, which they all kind of like, we were 26, 27 now. Like all of them have turned into adults that are nice. Like even the kids that were like punks and just losers at the time when we were 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, they're all like good kids now. Right.
So I've been thinking while you've been talking, just to clarify my stance on high school, and because you asked about the popularity thing, I didn't know how to answer it. I think I was friends with everybody, but not close friends with anyone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like at school, like I wasn't the kid, like, you know what I mean? Anyway.
So you never went to a party and like in, let's say 6th, maybe 7th, we'll say 7th grade. You never went to a party and played Spin the Bottle?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. 7th, 8th grade.
Can you imagine the excitement?
Middle school was cool, actually. I enjoyed middle school more than high school. I didn't enjoy middle school, but I enjoyed it more than high school. Gosh, I just hated school. I hated it with everything I had. And I love working, dude. I love working.
You know what I was good at? I was the master of taking shortcuts and figuring out
school?
How to cheat. Yeah,
dude.
Which is an art, which is, I mean, if you can do it, I think that's a way of being smart. Like there was a thing called, what is it, Spark Notes? Or
yeah, Spark Notes.
There's something else similar to it as well, where if you had to read a book, you never had to read the book.
I haven't read a book since middle school.
You just had to go on the Spark Notes thing and just kind of read a quick summary of what the heck went on.
Yeah, I mean, I took honors English classes, and they would like give you a test with the Spark Notes and say you can't use anything that's on the Spark Notes. But I just found another one. I found literally the site that was like Spark Notes of Spark Notes, basically.
Yeah, I think same. Yep.
I forget what it was called, but it was awesome. Honors English.
Same.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Same. I was in the honors classes too, and I just cheated my way through it.
Dude, I
was one of the first kids to have an iPhone.
Yeah.
So teachers didn't know what it was yet, and they just thought it was a calculator.
Get this. I was the first person to get an Apple Watch. Like the first guy to get, and you can put a calculator on an Apple. Dude, I was slaying the game in high school in that sense, bro.
Oh my God.
It sounds terrible. Like I don't want to be a bad influence on anybody in high school, but I never took a history test without cheating. Dude, the freaking president's crap. Like, you know, because like in history, you got to like know your presidents in order. Mm-hmm. I just set it as lock screen on my phone. I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm not going to remember those. Why? Who cares? I don't care.
Yeah, right. That was the stuff that I cheated on, was the stuff that was clearly kind of busy work or stuff that wasn't really important. The stuff that I was able to kind of like tell the difference between stuff like, this could be important one day, or, you know, the stuff that I was like, wow, what the heck?
I've learned infinitely more outside of school than I have in school. And dude, like, it's funny you say that. Like, all the stuff that I thought was going to be really important ended up not being really important. Like, I thought like good grammar and learning how to write good emails and stuff was going to be really important. It's not.
Yeah, well,
not in my experience. You know, I've had some people who like write really formal emails.
Hello?
No.
What's going on, buddy?
Hey, my number one employee. I'm on a podcast right now. Can I call you back?
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Hi, AJ.
Yeah. You're good.
He can't hear you. He's in his headphones. Cam says hi.
No, he's on speaker. He can hear me.
Oh,
buddy.
Sorry, I'm in podcast mode.
No worries. Check your Facebook messages if you get a minute.
Yes, sir.
There's a question in there that I can't answer.
Okay, will do.
All right. Call me later.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yep.
Good grief.
Continue.
I don't even know. I don't want to talk about high school anymore, though. Let's talk about cool stuff.
Okay.
We have 15 minutes before I have to take you to the airport.
Okay.
And I'm literally going to have to break this down when I come back home, which is fine. I'm glad we're doing this. This is good.
This is fun.
Yeah,
it's nice out. I wish the cameras could see how nice out.
Dude,
it
I
is.
know. The view is over there, and the view is epic. It is you had a good weather weekend this weekend.
I bring the good weather everywhere I go.
I'll believe that when it keeps happening, I guess. So, anyway, dude, epic weekend. So, we have so many stories from... Also, we forgot to start with the best story you've ever told, which now we have to save.
Oh.
We got to save it. We can't do it now. This is the middle of the freaking podcast.
Oh,
it's so good, though.
Wait, where I teased it in our last podcast.
Yeah, you teased it.
I never finished telling the story.
No, you never told... We haven't done one since.
We're teasing it again?
We're going to tease it again.
Are you kidding me?
AJ's best story he has, and I've now heard it. At the time, I hadn't heard it. In the last podcast we did with, like, Kip, Josh, Aaron, everybody, you were like... All you said was, like, I found a lot of money. And we're going to save it again. We got to do it with them, I feel like. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun.
You've heard it since. And
have
they heard it?
I think they've heard it through me, but they haven't heard it through you.
Okay.
What a freaking awesome story. Anyway, any good story from Supercross?
I feel like I've gotten good at telling that story.
I feel like the only like really memorable, fun story to tell from Supercross is from PBR of number 4.
Number 4. What's number 4?
Remember the guy who looked like freaking Ronnie Mac, but had a number 4 on his back at the bar?
Oh my God.
This dude. So we were in, where were we? Houston or Dallas?
Dallas.
We were in Dallas?
Dallas.
That was the second time we were in Texas, right? We started in Houston? Yeah, it was Dallas.
God, I can't remember.
It was Dallas. We were in Dallas. And like right across, pretty close to the stadium, there's like this place called PBR.
Yeah.
What would you describe that as? Is that a bar or is that a club? What is that?
No, it's a country bar.
It was awesome. There's mechanical bowls, the whole 9 yards. It was hilarious. There were a bunch of your fans there, which was funny. I had guys coming up to me talking about the videos, which I thought was just the coolest thing ever. That'll never not be cool, I think.
That is pretty cool.
It's really cool.
So there's this one guy there.
Oh my gosh, he was just slaying the game.
He was...
It was so funny.
Just macking it with every girl that could have been there, because this was like a country bar where like people weren't like, there was nobody dancing really, other than like the people that were doing like the line dance stuff.
Yeah, like really knew what was up.
And this dude knew what was up.
He knew everything.
He was
every
so
dance
smooth.
Of everything. Like freaking, he knew how to Dougie. He knew how to freaking like line dance. He could do the Cotton Eye Joe, the Cupid Shuffle. He had it all down, dude. He paid attention in middle school, bro. Like he had it all down.
And he had full denim on, didn't he?
Yeah, he had overalls. He had a number. I just remember he had a white long sleeve shirt with a number 4. Who's Ronnie Mac's like right hand man? Gunther or something? Right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think it's like Gunther Ricks, maybe is what they call him.
I don't know.
It looked just like him, guys. Ronnie Mac's right hand man is what this guy looked like. And we were there for 4 hours. Every single time we blinked, the dude had a different girl.
Oh yeah.
It was hilarious. Just hilarious. Just the
so
most
smooth.
The
I never
most
saw
unlikely character to just be just like taking girls from guys.
This guy didn't have a hiccup in his program. Like he was smooth as it gets. And then
wait. Like I don't know if can we put any more emphasis on how just spot on this dude was. Just the whole night he was just killing it. Just killing it, dude. And then the bar closed. And we all had to leave.
Yeah, because what happened, by the time Supercross ends, it's freaking midnight. So then we go somewhere to try to find a bite to eat.
Yeah, it's
and
impossible.
hang out for a minute. So we're there for like...
No, we were there for a good bit.
Really?
Yeah, we were there like 2 or 3 hours, I think.
No way.
I think so. It felt like 2 or 3 hours.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And
also, just so you know, like, guys, anybody who's listening and is of age, if you want to meet some pro riders, go to bars after. They're all there. The whole freaking industry was there. It was incredible. Like, we met the Fly guys. We met...
because nobody has anywhere to freaking go to, like...
Who was the racer there? There was some big dirt bike named guy that I met at that bar. I forget what his name was, though.
I don't know.
Oh, that's going to bug the heck out of me.
What do you mean? Like, that was racing with us?
No, he wasn't racing, but he's a big name in dirt bikes.
Weston Pike.
Weston Pike, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, Weston Pike was there. Okay, anyway, continue.
So then we leave, and I just so happen to turn around, and Mr. Smooth Move's
Okay, so
denim jacket.
The bar's half outside.
Yeah.
We all had to leave out the outside stairs because we were on like a rooftop almost.
Yep.
And it was raining, which is important.
Oh, I didn't remember it was raining.
It was raining.
Oh, so that's okay. That's what happened. That's why he...
This dude,
this smooth move denim jacket guy, when I say he didn't mess up once the whole night, I'm talking like this guy was the smoothest person I've ever seen, and I don't know how to like describe that any better. In that, like his dancing,
he was just perfect. His dancing was perfect.
If he like had a hat, did he have a hat on?
I don't know. Remember.
If he had a hat on, he was doing cool stuff with his hat. He's like the guy that's like in a band that does the crazy stuff with the microphone and never messes it up. He was just so smooth. And I turn around as we're leaving this place, and this dude wipes out so hard going down the stairs and falls forever.
Just yard sales, dude. His phone, his wallet came out, was sliding down the stairs with it. He was like, just so you know, he was like on his back on the stairs, just like pathetically falling down.
Like one of the hardest, longest, most dramatic falls I've ever seen down a set of stairs in my entire life from Mr. Smooth Move. Like I couldn't believe it, and to think that he ended the night on that note.
Just. He was so smooth the whole time, and then we leave in just the most pathetic yard sale fall.
My God, the poor guy. You can imagine how high
down, dude.
His confidence was, and then his confidence just all went in the gutter.
Oh my gosh.
He was on cloud 9 before that. He had to have been.
It was so funny. It was so freaking funny.
And it wasn't like we discussed afterward that, oh my God, the guy with the smooth moves like ended up wiping out. We all discussed in real time that this guy was the smoothest guy we ever saw. So when we saw him eat it, we were all collectively like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that guy that just so happened."
Bad. Oh, that was awesome. that was fun. There were fun stuff with Supercross. I mean, holy crap, dude! 2 days with Jet Lawrence. Never thought in my life that I would speak a word to Jet Lawrence.
Yeah, class with Aaron Plessinger. We're gonna keep doing.
Oh gosh, he's the coolest dude ever. Like. It's so funny. Like, I didn't know Cade. Gosh, I hated Cade when we met him.
That's so funny.
When we did the first class, and I love Cade now. Cade Clayson, by the way, in case anybody's wondering who Cade is. I think there's only one Cade in Supercross, probably.
Yep.
But we did a class with him
there's
in
a Cade
Houston.
race, but he didn't race this year.
Okay. We did a class in Houston. First week we were out there. First week I was gone, and we go with this dude. And gosh, he was just pissing me off. And then we went camping, and then I started to like him. Okay. And then like, gosh, I love the guy now.
But I don't know why he rubbed you the wrong way at first. Is it just because he had he swore a lot.
Yeah.
That was it?
Which
probably
for me, it's just a total nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. That just drives me crazy.
He swears a lot, but he's like the most respectful person. Like
I know. Crazy. He's awesome, dude. But yeah, my first impression of him was horrible. I was like, who's this guy think he is? Like, you know what I mean? Anyway.
And then he ends up being the nicest guy in the pits.
Yeah, and he's just a rock star. And then, oh my gosh.
Lane Shaw was super cool. Awesome. Rod Bell was awesome at the Florida class. Was that before the season started?
No.
That was mid-season.
Yeah, that was the Sandlot class.
Who else did we have? Was that it?
Wait, AP, Lane, Cade, Rod Bell, Jet.
That's a lot, but I felt like there might have been more.
I feel like there might have been another one, but just name. I never thought I would be talking to Aaron Plessinger or Jet Lawrence, or Jet's dad. Had a great conversation with Jet's dad. Film guy Tom, dude. I met Film guy Tom at the first race and was freaking out because Film guy Tom is like in my eyes going to Supercross was the guy.
Now you're the guy.
Well,
you're gonna be the guy.
I would like to be the guy.
Yeah.
Not because I want to be the guy, but I just want to keep doing this thing.
Oh, you'll be the guy. But you're already freaking caravan cam. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Oh,
that
we ripped off Film Guy Tom's name, ripped him off, but dude. It's better.
I didn't. You ripped him off. I'm not catching. I'm not.
Cam goes. I don't. He goes. I don't know. I don't really call myself cameraman Cam. And I was like, well, why? He goes, well, Film Guy Tom. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it sounds exactly the same.
But it doesn't. It sounds
much more.
It sounds cooler. Yeah, Film Guy Tom's awesome. Talk about a nice guy. He's really nice.
He's the nicest dude. I was so relieved because his Instagram dude makes him look like a terrible person. Just to like, and I think I have no issue saying that. His Instagram makes him look like a jerk. But you talk to this dude, he is the nicest dude ever. Like, which makes me so happy. Like, I was so relieved when I met him. I'm like, you're a good guy. Like, yeah,
I mean, that whole crew, from my experience, is really nice. Anderson's super nice.
Yeah.
Dino, not that he's a really too much part of that crew, but Dino's super nice. I mean, yeah, those
Dude,
guys
I
put
really
on a facade sometime of like, especially Anderson, of like,
yeah,
rock star kind of.
right.
I don't know how you would describe it, but
like carefree, almost to the point of being reckless lifestyle kind of thing.
Which
It's kind of
is cool.
Yeah, I guess
but they're super nice. Anderson's really cool.
person I really want to meet. Well, obviously Adam Cirillo.
Okay,
He's
we haven't really had a conversation with him. This
we
season,
almost did in Indy when the staging was right by our pit inside. But would love to know him, and he's starting the vlog up, dude. He's starting the vlog up.
Did he hire a guy? Do we know?
No, he's just GoPro sent him a bunch of stuff. He's just gonna do it himself. It looks like.
Interesting.
I know. I messaged him already.
Did he respond?
No. I'm a nobody still, but but I was like, hey, if you need any help, I wouldn't leave you, but I would help Adam for sure. Anyway, so, and then who's the other guy I'd really like to meet? Oh, Zach Osborne. I love Zach Osborne. Don't know him. He got hurt so early. I never got to.
Well, that was the only bummer with this season, is that for those of you that didn't attend a race, it wasn't like normal. Everybody was very separated.
And I obviously don't know normal, so it was great for me, but
there was a couple rounds where the pit was, or the staging area was cool, where everybody was kind of gathering before the races and staging, which was nice. But if it weren't for those rounds, you wouldn't have seen anybody. Like at the 3 Atlantas, our staging was all like right there, right? And then Indy
was sweet.
Indy was cool because the staging the staging was right there.
But
also.
Indy was when I got kicked out, so I have bad memories of Indy.
Yeah, but normally, dude, in the pits, everybody
too. Darn, we don't have any time. We gotta go.
Yeah, we do gotta go.
Well,
we really gotta go.
Maybe we should do this again sometime, because I want to continue. There's so much that happened in Supercross, but
I have a good story to tell still.
Yes, you do. Lots of money.
Lots of money.
I found lots of money.
Lots of money.
In where? Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. Well, if you guys, I don't know, if you listen to this whole thing, this was 48 minutes. That's a pretty good podcast length.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you want to see this again, we'll do it again. I love podcasts. I love making podcasts.
I'm excited that this can go on the Moto Academy. I think that's cool.
It's definitely going to go on my YouTube channel, though, so it won't be like totally new, but
it's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks.
Well, cool.
Okay. Good talk.
All right.
See you later.
All right. I've had enough.
Okay. Goodbye.